Got nothing I need. There's nothing left to say. There's just no other way. Can you feel it now? It's like a steel boot to the gut. I feel the heat from these fields of fire. I hear the screeching of burning tires. I don't care how long it takes. I ain't never gonna break. I got a 5.56 that'll leave you rattled.
And 5.56, he'll leave you rattled.
Dude, that's an awesome opening. I love it.
It's been around for a while.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's new to me, but then again, I could be like my mother.
Well, we've been doing the
Different world
thumbs up
every day.
video for a while, so
Yeah.
ever since we did Chuck Norris.
Got to get it in there.
Yes, indeed. So anyway, it's Monday.
Yes, it is.
I'm not quite feeling it yet. I'll tell you what I am feeling. I saved it for the live show. I have a recluse spider. It's like right above me.
No.
Sort of hanging out. He's been leaving me alone. He's been living up here
Dude.
in front of me. And now he's moved over here. And I woke up at about 7:22 for no reason. I'm like, yeah. And then I looked up at the ceiling, like, what's going on? And I noticed he was gone in the corner. I'm like, oh shit, where'd he go? So
You
I'm
did it
scanning
again.
my ceiling.
You need to start practicing
scanning
kill
my-
spiders.
No,
And,
they're good to have around to keep insects out.
Well, I don't like recluses. I love wolf spiders.
Yeah.
Wolf spiders are awesome. I like tarantulas, even though I really don't want to touch one.
I'm not sharing my space with a spider.
But recluses, I have a beef with, but it's in an area where I have trouble getting to. So if it's a spot, like, to be honest with you, I can't really get him right up here because desk. So I'd have to like move my entire computer system, everything, to get him in that corner. And also over here, that is where a bunch of crap is sitting, boxes and stuff. So I'd have to.
He knows this.
Everything, and he knows it. He's like, Back,
Use the vacuum. That should be long enough.
You know, that's an interesting idea.
Again, Alpha, I'm cool with wolf spiders, man. I've had relationships with wolf spiders over the years where we're like really cool with each other. Like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, hey, kill anything lately? No, but I might get something tonight, you know. And at Scott's house, I had a wolf spider that just sort of hung out with me all the time. And I'd see him hanging out on the wall going, hey, you know. Finally, you know, the seasons changed and it was starting to warm up outside. So he's like walking on the floor. This really happened. Walking on the floor towards the door. I went, oh, hey, I got the door for him. Open the door. He like crawled over to the door jamb. And I'm like, are you gonna have trouble with that? So I put some paper up underneath him and pushed him up onto the thing and then, you know, pushed him out. He turned around. He sort of looked at me like, well, it was good knowing you. I will talk to you later. All right, give me a.
And there he goes. Arachnophobia is a real thing, boys and girls, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Sounds like Anima has it. Would you say that you're an arachnophobe?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I
okay.
freak out. Even if it's just in a movie or something.
My stepson David is
Sorry about that.
He can't stand spiders, man. Yeah. It's all right, man.
Lauren misplaced her cane and she may have to borrow mine.
Okay.
Anyway, so
is yours acceptable length? Because I know she's not as tall as you are. That's for sure. Yes? No? Maybe. Anyway, I was going to show him Arachnophobia, the movie, one time. He's like, no, I don't want to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen that one? Gary ever shown you that one?
No, he won't.
If I remember correctly, John Goodman when he first started his career was in that one. I think he's the pest control guy in it. Let me go look that up. Let me go ahead and pull up IMDb,
Oh,
the Internet Movie
Look at you.
Database.
Nailed it.
I'm learning.
All right,
I
I'm
think
sitting here
we gave him
on
shit one
high
too many
internet,
times.
and it's telling me nobody hearing me. You're not hearing
Yes,
me?
we're hearing
We
you
hear
just
you.
fine, buddy. Yes.
You guys keep talking over me, so I don't know. I'm sitting on high internet right now. I'm looking at it, just did another test, and it's telling me I'm having connection issues.
That's
StreamYard.
bullshit. That's the same bullshit we had yesterday.
Like the minute I turn my camera on, it starts spiraling on me. Okay, you stop now. Fucking bullshit. I've never had a relationship with a spider except Charlotte. Well, of course. I mean, I grew up on that book.
Everybody had a relationship with Charlotte.
But I really don't have a problem with most spiders unless they're spindly or recluses. I don't like recluses. And at first that would confuse me because I thought the way he was sitting in the corner, the legs went out both ways, like a diamond shape. I'm like, that's not normal position that a recluse is in. But for the last 24 hours, it's been laying in the normal position where it looks like a cricket from far away, where it looks like the legs are, the way a cricket sits with its leg out the back, right?
Mhm.
And it is an intentional design of the spider to trick insects into crawling in front of it because the front of it looks like the back of another insect.
Oh wow!
And then it lunges. It's a ground hunter. They don't use webs. But recluses really are pretty good at it. But the problem is, what I don't like is that recluses, when the hottest part of the summer hits, if there's been a lot of bugs, they're all over the fucking place.
Mhm.
And I mean, I've been bit so many fucking times. I found out that I'm in that very small percentile of people who don't react to recluse bites.
I was
It
fixing
doesn't
to
mean
say
I
they're
don't get an
poisonous, don't they?
infection.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Recluse,
yeah.
yeah.
And what their toxin does is really fucking weird. Is it intentionally miscommunicates to your body to attack healthy tissue, like it's infected, and that's how you end up with these big, pus-filled blisters that end up coming out as a plug, and then basically after the plug falls out, you begin to suffer from necrosis. It's gangrene,
Mm.
microscopic gangrene around the wound. And but the minute I see I've been bit, I go to the doctor, I get an antibacterial thing, and I recover pretty quickly from them.
Mhm.
Although I remember that one lasted for a while. Remember that one, Anima, 2 years ago?
I remember the one when
Just one time at band camp?
No, when we started texting 4 years ago. That
I
one
got
knocked
bit
you
on the belly.
on your ass for a week.
Oh yeah, I was sick for a day, almost 2 days, and then I had to lay down because it took a while for it to heal, and it really did. It took almost a month for it to heal.
Wow. Yeah, I threw up the movie for you if you wanted to throw that up. Arachnophobia. It did have John Goodman in it. He was the pest control guy in it. Yeah.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah,
We were
Goodman's,
talking when you were having some issues there. So.
Oh, when I was on the phone. I was on the phone when you guys were talking, I guess. But anyway, so basically, those little skittery spiders in arachnophobia are very similar in design to the way the recluse moves, where its legs curve to the front, and they're pretty wild looking. And I really, it was tough on me to watch it. I was on leave, and I went to see that in Phoenix at the old mall theater before they shut that mall down. That's the same mall they used for the movie Eight-Legged Freaks.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, right?
Yeah.
They use that mall for that movie when they get attacked by all those spiders, mutated spiders. And but I watched the film, and all of a sudden I grabbed my Class A trousers and I stuffed them into my socks.
Yeah, how about we
give
stop talking
me a layer
about
of protection
spiders
here.
now?
Yeah.
You know, I'm freaking out watching that movie. And then, like, I set my drink down, and there's no light in this theater. It's an old theater. There's zero light. I put my drink on the floor, and I got about 30 minutes into that movie, and I couldn't even reach down to grab my drink. I was so freaked out by that fucking movie. And I had some funny, embarrassing moments in my life. One of them was in the Army with a Black Widow, where I screamed like a little bitch. And we were doing claymores, and I've got the detonator in my hand. We've set up the claymore. We are running back to the little, the stack of logs. What it is there's 4 rebars sticking up in the air and logs stacked in between them, up about 3 logs high. You're supposed to jump behind it and go click, 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 and
Right.
I leapt on the other side of that fucking log pile and came to face with a 500-pound Black Widow. Now, I only say it's 500 pounds because, in fact, it was so close to my fucking eyeball that it looked like it was 500 pounds. And I let out a, like that,
Right.
and threw the detonator out of my hand at it and kicked backwards and started scrambling backwards. And all the guys started laughing, and that fucking pissed me off to no end. And thought that would be the end of it. We're going to kill the thing, but no, then we all end up in a debate of whether to kill it or not. It's like, what we ought to do is set it free. It's not his fault. This is his home. Classic lefties in the Army. And
these are the warriors protecting me.
And then the guy I like the most, this big black dude, walks up next to me and then picks his boot up and just fucking, that thing made an audible pop when it exploded. It's so fucking big. And he popped that thing against the tree. He goes, discussion over. And that was it. And I'm like,
over.
I like this guy.
I was going to point out when Anima was talking about how scared she was of him, I was like, you do know you are bigger than it is. You do understand you're bigger than it is.
Yeah. I have 2 things to say about this particular situation. Yeah. The relative size and weight is an argument that I use a lot. Why are you scared of it? You weigh millions of times what it weighs. Let it be.
Not the point. That's the problem with phobias.
Yeah, I'm not talking about in your case. I'm talking about people without phobia.
I'm talking more in her case. Mine, I conquered mine.
Well, and of course,
and you missed the whole point of this conversation, Martin.
In her case, it's worse because she's little enough she can ride the spider.
That's true, spider rodeos. But you missed why we're talking about spiders is because right now there's a recluse spider right there above me. And it was over here. And it keeps going to locations I can't get to. But I'm kind of okay with that because
I'm not.
I wouldn't have killed that one recluse right around the time we started doing this channel. I had this recluse and I posted online. I'm like, there is almost 100 square feet in this room. And the fucking spider chose to be right over me.
Yes, of course.
I did not make it do it. It chose to be above me.
He wants to be able to dangle down
and that's where he fucked up.
And say hi.
And that's why I had to kill him. I'm like, if you'd stayed over there, I'd have left you the fuck alone. But no, you had to get right over top of me. And I watched him. I kept watching him like, what is he doing? Like, he's like coming over going, can't you hear me? Or something. Like, he's trying to yell at me, like, and then coming closer, trying to let me know something. And of course, don't kill me. Too late.
Sorry.
I killed him dead.
My second point is, this may come as a shocker to you, but I am not a leftist. But even I don't kill any animals unless it's necessary. In fact, I tend to go out of my way to put them out of danger.
Oh, me too. Look, I don't like killing bugs unless they are a problem. And
Spiders are a problem.
spiders don't bug me for the most part. I've conquered my
Pun
phobia.
intended.
When I say
Yeah.
conquered my phobia, it means that I don't panic anymore. That means it's still there. That
Yeah.
that instinctive fear is still there of spiders, but I don't let it control me anymore. And I use what's referred to as immersion therapy to do this by capturing not just spiders, but poisonous spiders and
Venomous.
keep them on a terrarium right next to me at work. And everybody's like, "What's up with your fucking weird spider collection, man?" I said, "Sometimes I like to see them go to war with each other because I catch a recluse and a black widow and I put them in the same terrarium. Let's see what happens." And it was fun. I enjoyed doing it. And I started first by touching them with the eraser of a pencil.
Hmm.
And then eventually I got to where I could reach in and touch their back with my finger. And once I was able to do that, I no longer panicked. I didn't get that instinctive thing. Never happens anymore. So
Have
catch
you
and
ever
release.
considered cosplaying Doctor Octopus?
What?
You should
didn't
play
catch that.
Doctor Octopus. I hate spiders.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Doc Ock. Doc Ock. Gotcha.
Well, whether you've got a phobia of it or not, insects will make people act like Kevin Dunn in Transformers, dude, running from the earthquake. It will make
Dude,
people do some acrobatic shit you've never seen them do before.
I understand, but I collected them alive.
Cartwheels and shit, you know. Even if you don't have a phobia.
I like animals, except for freaking rabbits. Motherfuckers are ugly and mean. They are mean motherfuckers.
Rabbits are ugly,
Yeah.
Martin. Bunny rabbits are not ugly, bro.
Oh,
They might be to
they are
you,
ugly.
but the general public
Have you ever
thinks they're
seen a
furry,
rabbit
cute
without
animals.
hair?
Okay, let me say something real quick in Martin's defense. Jackrabbits are fucking scary looking as shit.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
We're not talking about the cute, fluffy bunnies. We are talking about the fucking jackrabbits. Those things can get the size of a fucking regular sized poodle.
Right. You're talking
The
about a
toy poodle-
kangaroo with long ears.
Yeah, I remember when I would leave the office in Vacaville out in California and I'd drive towards the bay. Right as I'm leaving Vacaville's office district, it's desert. Okay. And there's nothing but fucking jackrabbits out in that fucking field. And I turned and looked and I thought it was a dog. And I'm not shitting you. The first time I saw it, I went, Jesus, what that dog? What's wrong with that dog? Oh, that's not a dog. Fuck off. I'm like, and so I asked about it like the next day at work, like, what's with those giant fucking, like, is this the year of the Lepus or something? One of those horror movies? Are we going to
Right.
be overrun
Food
by
of the
these
gods.
things? Everybody in the office just laughing, go, no, those are just jackrabbits. I'm going, look, man, I've been around rabbits. I've raised rabbits. That's not a fucking rabbit. That's something else. That's a mutation of nature.
That's a
That
dwarf
should be
bear.
killed.
Right. It's a were rabbit.
But yeah,
Isn't that
but I
movie,
want
Food
to.
of the
I haven't
Gods?
said hi to anybody yet. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat. So Gambit was first in the house. What's up, Gambit? Snorty was number 2, and then let's see. James came in. What's up, James? Good to see you, man. And Alpha popped in right at 10:07. Good to see you, Alpha. No, she doesn't like danger noodles either, buddy. No. So I guess Jim Woodward won't be visiting us very often because, he's my friend that likes snakes. In fact, it's because of him I got bit by a Burmese python. And now I've been told that it doesn't always work, but what worked for us when he bit me, he wouldn't let go. Got me right here. And it was a small little guy. He was just very temperamental and blind, apparently. Thought my hand was like a mouse or something. I hadn't eaten. I always wash my hands for handling snakes. So he bit me, and the way we got him off is ran ice cold water over his head. And he released.
This day got confused because your hairy palms product of all that masturbation. I love that face.
It apparently really loves you too.
Yeah, I know retaliation is coming, but I regret nothing.
And of course, in real life, Harrison Ford was not freaked out by the snakes at all. He likes them. In fact, there's a story about like after the film, they were celebrating together, George Lucas, Spielberg, and Ford at Ford's house where he's doing a cookout, and he caught a fucking little garter snake and picked it up to go move it, and it bit the shit out of him.
Whoops.
Hi, Penny. And but in reality, do you know what fear he does have? Arachnids. So the scene with the spiders was really fucking hard for him to do. But when you get paid that kind of money, you kind of cowboy the fuck up, and you just
Yeah,
He
you
do
loved
it.
the rats, though. When they had all the rats on set, he had fun
Oh,
with
yeah.
them. Everybody loved them.
I had 2 pet rats. Oh, 3.
Oh my god, that is one of my favorite moments. Sala asps, very dangerous. You go first.
You go first.
And he's like, "What? Me?" We need to watch that movie because I think Animal will enjoy that movie. It's got just enough black comedy in it, and it's because Ice Cube is in it.
Is that the original Anaconda? Yeah.
Yeah, Anaconda with Ice Cube. Who's there for the
Yeah,
black comedy.
I don't know about that.
The black comedy.
It's
I,
funny.
Ice Cube.
I know. I saw the original Anaconda. I don't like that shit.
Not that Harrison Ford is scared of them in real life, though. Nope. Harrison
It's not
Ford
peak
has a
cinema or anything, Martin, but it's funny.
No, he apparently his fixation is to land on golf courses.
Right?
On anything green. So if you live near his airport, do not paint your roof green.
Move.
Yeah, I would not golf
Immediately.
anywhere near where he flies. That would include Wyoming and California, Northern California. My Anaconda, like that just sounds like the starting to a porn film. So first, I'm just going to point out this movie kind of reminds me of basically Predator. It's really kind of what's going on here. And but it's not as good as Predator. I'm going to get it out of the way. Some of the fucking problems I have with this film. I agree with Mad Mardigan, like the fucking 5 o'clock shadow thing, Walden formation, unacceptable. Like he would be sent back to the barracks and probably disciplined for that shit.
Yeah.
You don't fucking do that. Even though you're not a recruit, when you go to Ranger training, you are treated like a nothing again, which is why you're given a number and nobody calls you by your fucking name.
Yeah, but that scene was
Which is-
so weird when they get the numbers.
Not really. There's no organization to numbering.
No, that's not
The
what
only-
I mean. I mean, they dramatize it unnecessarily.
Oh, no, look, let me go into that. The overacting in the first fucking 10 minutes of them at Ranger training, 75th Ranger Battalion, okay? And this is the big thing, man. This is big. They don't fuck around. Rangers lead the way, and I always wanted to be a Ranger, told I couldn't be. Later, I was told I could have been, and I'm like, then why'd they tell me I couldn't be? Because I snore. It's like, if that was true, pissed me off. Because when I was in shape for it, I would have loved to have gone out for it.
I want to be.
I don't know if I would have been
airborne
selected.
Ranger.
You're not called recruits, you are called candidates when you go into Ranger training. And this is actually not training itself. This is the first initial process where they weed you the fuck out. We don't want stragglers. And if you don't, like in the Navy SEALs, if you don't ring the bell, they do kick you. They deselect you. And they'll call out a certain numbers, and then they'll go, you're out of here. and then you
Okay.
get down to that last group.
I have a question here, Alpha.
Yeah.
What are you referring to with this comment? I mean, let me tell you, I don't see this movie as much as Predator as this is a rehash of Battle LA, but in the woods.
It's still, it borrows greatly from Predator that they're not aware of what's going on and they don't know what they're up against. And you have guys, with the laser sighting shit, very much like from Predator. There's a little bit of Battle LA, but Battle LA is a far better movie in my
Yeah.
book. Even though I have problems with that movie militarily, I still enjoyed the shit out of that fucking movie. And I love it, Eckhart.
Filmed right here in
watch
Shreveport,
it.
Louisiana, by the way.
I don't want to
Yeah,
convey
that's right.
the wrong impression. I enjoyed this movie. I just think there are better movies with the same theme. But I enjoyed this. The only thing that at some point with me and my daughter was, dude,
I've already said,
Get-
look, you're right on the first part here, Alpha, wrong on the second part. That's not what I said. I, in fact, corrected that. That's not what's going on here. This is the weeding out process. Training begins later. I said that.
Mm.
Pay attention, Alpha. You're in class now. And yeah, you're right. It's regiment, not battalion.
man, all happened to
I'm
one guy.
competing for fucking talking here. So you fucking do that, Alpha. See how that goes.
Again, everything happened to just one guy, and it wasn't Alan Ritchson. It was the poor number 7. Oh my God. At some point, it became hilarious.
Yeah, number 7 gets fucked probably worse than anybody in this film. Even though a lot of people get smoked, man, he's made to live. And it's like, the actor's like, you're just afraid to kill the black guy. That's all this is.
Yeah.
You're going to put me through all of that because you're afraid to kill the black guy.
But they
We're not
torture
afraid
him.
to kill the female, at least.
So where are they at here? What part of the country are they in for the training?
I don't know. Maybe Alpha. Alpha, do you know where this is geographically based?
I don't think we
RASP
know.
replaced ROP and RIP.
It was in Australia.
Okay.
Gambit, it's Alan, not Alex.
Alan Ritchson. Reacher. Just call him Reacher. It's a lot easier to type. Just call him Reacher.
And for non-speaking English, to say.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It's a selection thing. He's a candidate. They're all candidates. They're going through the selection process for the third time.
Gary, say it again. Maybe they'll listen to you. Maybe they'll wake up and smell the Joe. You know what I'm saying?
The trailer is
Not
better
really.
than the movie. But I got to tell you, it's still a fun movie. But you really got to, like, I was annoyed at so much in this film. Like, the way they're wearing their hats really annoys me.
Oh
Their
no.
headgear.
Oh no. Not the technical parts. That makes it bad. Really is. What
Collars.
kind of glasses are those that guy's wearing? Those aren't horn
Those
rims.
Nope, those are not BC glasses. Those are wraparound glasses to keep them on. They're almost like goggles. I don't know. I know that if you are issued BC glasses in basic, that if you tell your senior NCOs that they're causing you any discomfort, you have trouble seeing with them, that you're able to go back to your civilian glasses. But this is way beyond that. These guys are not fucking recruits. These guys are guys that are coming from other parts of the Army.
Mm-hmm. I told you the story about what happened to me on my first day of basic. I had prescription
Hollywood.
sunglasses. That's all I had, too.
They didn't give you BC glasses?
The first day I showed up, no, they didn't, buddy. I got dropped about
it takes a
10
couple
times.
It takes, I think, up to about 10 days to get the glasses back.
It does.
And
I had
then
every
they
time they
take you out,
dropped
they
me.
issue them to you.
Every time they dropped me, the drill sergeant, they go, "Are those prescription?" I'm like, "Yes, drill sergeant." I'm pumping out the
The thing is, though, they never issued you BC glasses.
Okay, I'm going to say it again. It's the first day of basic, bro. The first day.
No, I'm talking about later.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the day I showed up. I got housed by everybody. Every drill sergeant that saw me with sunglasses on dropped my ass. I did a lot of push-ups that day.
Got to tell you, because you're probably wearing aviators, and that's absolutely
no. They were prescription sunglasses, buddy. They were prescription sunglasses. Is what they were.
What kind? Aviator? What's the style?
Oh no, they weren't aviators. They were just regular glasses, like I'm wearing right now with sunglass lenses in them. Yeah.
All right.
And I got worn out. Matter of fact, the first sergeant in his briefing, you know how they like to act like Patton walking across the stage where you're in there, right? I've got my glasses on because I can't see shit without them. He goes, "Hollywood, take them sunglasses off." For the God, everybody. I was like, oh my God.
I do like that Alan Ritchson did a lot of the challenges and excelled at them. But it doesn't mean that, like, I'm really cool with him, because I still think he's a fucking asshole. I don't care about the mental illness, that he's got. He's also wearing, those are goggles. Those aren't fucking glasses.
Yeah, they're all wearing safety goggles in that scene, it looks like. How'd you like him getting into it with his neighbor over the motorcycle with his kids and shit?
Well, when they delivered that news first off, he's wearing his Oakleys, got his Oakleys on. Now he's wearing his hat correctly. Yes. His headgear. Morning, Connie. Yeah, I agree with you. The terrain does not look right. Does not look like Benning. Oh, earlier I couldn't fucking break in. I was going to tell you the number 2 phobia in the world is arachnophobia. Number 1 is agoraphobia.
Really?
Not claustrophobia?
I just told you it's the third one.
Huh.
First is agoraphobia, arachnophobia, and then claustrophobia.
Isn't that agoraphobia is fear of leaving the house, isn't it?
No, it's a fear of watching spaces. Horror films with gore in it.
Oh my God.
Yes, outside. Now, I will tell you, like, the first days in before you start basic training, you're in what's referred to as reception. And in reception, you're a number. Nobody calls you by your name.
No.
They're dehumanizing you from the very get-go. We got stuck in reception for like almost 2 weeks because something happened in the cycle that was supposed to graduate, and we were going to step in to take over as the next group, next training group. But they got delays due to weather. And so we got stuck in reception for like 10 days. And it was ridiculous because all the senior NCOs are either failed drill instructors or drill instructors who were demoted. And so they're all fucking angry and they hate your guts.
Yep.
Yeah, and my buddy Mad Mardigan had so many issues with this film, and I agree with him on one specific thing. The fucking 5 o'clock shadow on him is ridiculous.
But it makes him manly. Don't you know, Gare? He's manly with that 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah, it's stupid.
No.
He would have been disciplined. Go shave, you stupid son of a bitch.
Number 4 is entomophobia. Number 5 is pteramophanphobia, which is also known as aviophobia or aerophobia, which is the fear of flying.
Tiramisu-phobia? Fear of cake?
Phobia is fear of snakes. That's number 6. Number 7 is astrophobia, the fear of storms. And then this is a thing, is kynophobia, which is a fear of dogs. And then nyctophobia is a fear of the dark. That's number 9. And the last one, number 10, is acrophobia, which is an extreme fear of heights.
Rocket Kitty in rare form this morning.
What about anetophobia, the fear of somewhere maybe watching you? You know, the weirdest phobia I've heard is the fucking dwarf phobia or midget phobia.
What?
Fear of little people. Yeah. It's real.
I've never understood the clown thing. I've never understood that.
Me neither.
Clowns, I don't like clowns. I don't have a phobia for them. I just don't like them. And but I have a primal fear of porcelain dolls with clown painted faces, like Harlequin dolls. They freak me out. They're just
You've seen Poltergeist way too many times, bro.
I'm going to tell you, no fucking kid had a fucking doll like that.
I know.
No child.
What was that, a Dr. Seuss doll or something?
No, that thing was insane. Like, who buys a child? Like, a parent that bought that for a child hated that fucking child. Wanted them to
scar them for life, right?
I have a theory. It looks more like a gift from a disconnected granny, and the parents were your grandma bought you that. You're keeping it.
Yeah. So anyway, Patrick Hughes came up with the idea for this movie back in 2017. By 2021, before the end of the year, it was reported that Hughes had been hired to write and direct the film for Lionsgate. Ritchson was cast in the lead role in 24, and by near the end of 24, Dennis Quaid, which is who we're celebrating today, Dennis Quaid, is cast along with Stephan James, Jai Courtney, S.A. Morales, and Kyan Lonsdale, and Daniel Weber rounded out the rest of the cast. Principal photography began in September of 24 in Victoria, Australia, Queensland, New Zealand, and Aaron Morton serving as the cinematographer. Locations included Bright, Myrtle Ford, Melbourne, and Dockland Studios, Melbourne. Filming wrapped in December of 24, which is actually that's what is that? That's it's about 10 weeks, which is standard. And Dmitry Golovko, God, I can't say that name.
Woo!
Composed the music for the film, and the music's fine. Not great, nothing to write home about. The release was originally developed with the intention to release it theatrically. However, due to high demand from the streaming platforms, the decision was made to release the film via Netflix. To qualify for an additional 10% tax rebates in Australia, theatrical release was required. So War Machine was given a very limited theatrical release in Australia, February 12th of this year, with a 5-week run on 52 screens, which made $82,000 total. Its main release to global markets was on Netflix on March 6, 2026. In its first 5 weeks, the film had more than 118 million views. It was a #1 film globally on Netflix for 2 solid weeks, reaching the top 10 in 93 countries and was #1 in 87 of them. So there you go. Critical response, the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, basically gave it a 69 to 62, but that's critics. Let's go see what audiences thought of it.
Yeah,
I'm going to bet
I've
it's a
heard
different
mixed
number.
reviews on this one.
I've heard primarily negative reviews for this
Really?
movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's kind of weird that it's so fucking negative from people that I know. But I will tell you this, that it's a near consensus of audience score to critic. And that's only with 64 critical reviews from pro critics and over 1,000 reviews from audience members. 65%. So that's certified fresh by the audience.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Oh, that's one of my favorite films of all time, dude. I love that movie. I'm actually
Clowns
friends
from outer
with
space.
Kyoto.
Yeah, that
Here's the
movie's awesome.
problem. As being friends with them, I don't know if you guys heard me. I was saying I'm friends with the Chiodo brothers. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I wanted to get them on the show, but here's the problem. They all have to agree, or none of them show up. That's the Chiodo rule. And I can't get all of them to agree to be on the show or win. So I just gave up. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking fight this war. No, thank you. But I love the film Killer Clowns. We're finally getting a sequel. At least according to the Chiodos. And I believe them. Essay played a thug in an episode from the. Oh, yeah. Look, Essay is played just about everything when it comes to cartel members, etc. But the guy's a solid actor. And he does a halfway decent job. There's one big thing that's kind of missing here. And I don't know, Alpha, if you've been around him, but when you get around commanding officers and senior NCOs that are Army Rangers that are part of the process, they tend to have that very military voice, like Dale Dye style voice or Arlie Ermy. And it's something that occurs. Like I've never heard a handsome voice from a drill instructor, drill sergeant, ever. They always sound like they were designed for yelling at you.
Yeah, and most of them are skinny.
Okay, to answer Gambit, that's your answer, Gambit. The rest of the money that this movie made is referred to as theoretical money, which is it made its money through viewership and new what do you call it? New memberships to Netflix. So if that movie gets released and you suddenly see an influx, that movie gets credit for those incoming. So it made its money back for Netflix. It absolutely did. But again, it's theoretical money. All it made, again, right here, 82,000, which is about 59,000 in real dollars.
Real dollars? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's
It's not like Australian money is
what
monopoly money or something.
well, when you go to it, it made 80, or its budget was 80 million, and it made at the box office $57.1 million at the box office in US dollars. Nobody wants to be on the show. I don't want to be on the show. So yeah, the weird hero worship in this is kind of annoying, but it's there for dramatic purposes, and it annoyed me. I also dislike the way everybody acts. They're all acting like they're recruits, not guys who have been in the military for a bit. These are guys who wanted Ranger, and you usually get guys that are a little more squared away
Yeah,
militarily.
they're
that
the
try
best of
out
the
for
best.
Rangers.
The guys that this is a volunteer thing.
Pure volunteer. Yep.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Navy. It's like it's all volunteer, but you go through the selection process, which is what this is all about. So they're being sent out. And this is very similar to what gets done to you during FTX, where you do aggressor training. And it's you pitted against red versus blue. It's red versus blue. And you go out there, and red are the aggressors, and blue is you. You're the one training. And they come at you. A lot of them are these guys that are on the aggressor, are a permanent party. And they've been at this for a while, so they get to fuck with you. Plus, you also have senior cadre in charge of the POW camp, because if you don't get killed and you get captured, you get sent to a mock prisoner of war camp.
Yep.
And this is part of SEER training. Again, SEER training is solely voluntary. You're not made to go to SEER training. You have to volunteer to go to it.
Do they still use the I can't remember the acronym, but the laser stuff for training? Do they still use that stuff?
Yeah,
Miles gear. That's it. Yeah. I never can remember that one. I don't know why, but
Miles gear. I learned a little trick doing that. I found out it's the concussion to the barrel from the round that causes the Miles gear laser to be triggered. And so I was told go be a sniper, and I sat up on a just below a ridge line under a bunch of leaves, and I laid there, and they couldn't find me because I got a rock, and I would smack my barrel with it when I'd aim at somebody. And suddenly you hear the fucking sirens going off. They couldn't figure out where the fuck I was.
You were miles off. They couldn't even hear you.
They couldn't hear me. They couldn't figure out where I was firing from. They're like, how far? My sergeant thought I was like, how far out were you, man? I know you're a good shot, but come on, man. And I'm like, I can't believe you guys couldn't find me. And I let it go for like a year before I finally told him, yeah, I did the rock thing. You guys couldn't find me because that. He goes, I gave you your call sign from that ghost.
Yeah. Well,
I
guess
said,
what?
that's not the only reason you called me ghost. I was also called ghost because I'd walk up behind people and they wouldn't know I was there. I was just suddenly there, and I tower over everybody. So I just suddenly and they would feel that because you feel it. So
yeah.
And like I made so many grown men scream. I'd startle them. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miles kills are so fucking loud, and nothing pisses you off more than when your Miles gear goes off.
Oh,
you have to find a field umpire. You have to find a field umpire to turn it off because they got the little fucking round key that goes in and turns it off. So you're walking around.
That's one of the best moments in a Heartbreak Ridge when that asshole's like, come turn this thing off.
Turn this goddamn thing off.
It's true, man. Those things are loud. Ugh.
Yeah, look, you get one of the coolest things, and they kind of show it in the movie Officer and a Gentleman, that officer candidates aren't trained yet. That's sort of like what they're having to go through. A lot of these guys go through their training through, if you're in the Army and you go for officer candidate school, yeah, but there are some that actually get right out of college and they sign up and they got to go straight to OCS, or as we refer to it, Oklahoma Cocksucker School. And basically these guys go in there and the drill sergeants are fucking rough on them.
Yeah, they are
rough on them.
Yeah, they got to lead the men. So guess what? We're gonna break you down again.
Yeah.
I don't know how guys make it through a military college like West Point. I don't know how they make it through that shit.
I was talking about it yesterday to her that there were 2 in 2016 females that were graduates from I can't remember where they graduated from. If it was New York,
That's
let's
West
see.
Point, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Annapolis, I think, is the Navy school.
Well, the female in this one wasn't very convincing. Like, how the fuck did she
Well,
make
they're-
it that far?
these 2 are Army,
Mhm.
and it was Captain Kristen Grease, first lieutenant, and Shay Haver were the first 2 to graduate Ranger training. And
Wow. That's impressive.
they got they were both West Point graduates. That's what I was looking for right there, West Point. And they both graduated together, and they went into Ranger school and came out. One ended up doing other shit, while I think it was Greist that became the first female combat commander.
Wow. Very
And
cool, man. Well, see, just to
oh,
clarify,
you're a graduate. You're a graduate of Oklahoma cocksucker school. Got you, Alpha.
Spinning school for boys.
Spinning school for boys. About 10% of
Well,
my
just
class.
to make it clear, to people that aren't in the military, you don't have to go to West Point to get a 4-year degree and be an officer in the military.
No,
you can go to ROTC at any college where they have it. I mean, and do that. So
yeah, I served with this
easier way to do it, right? It's really gung ho people or people that get scholarships that they recruit to go there that go to West Point. I mean, it's a
we
totally
had
different. Oh my God,
a guy who was a college graduate in basic, and he came in, and he was going to go immediately, like, to officer
to
candidate
OCS,
school.
yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was the single most black dude I've ever fucking met. Keith is more black than him.
Wow,
And,
that's intense.
Yeah, and good grief, man. And I remember, like, nobody liked him. Nobody wanted to partner up with him. Like, he was just the biggest fucking tool I ever met. And I turned to him one day. I said, one day you're going to have to rely on somebody, and you're going to regret being a tool. Right. I hope I'm there to see it. Because guys like you, man, I don't know how you're going to fucking be a good soldier when you can't fucking work with people.
Well, tailor-made for officer candidate school. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, this is where they get fucked up. He gets hit, breaks his leg, and even Reach around, fucking gets nailed pretty hard. And the girl makes it almost all the way through the movie. And at first, I was like really kind of annoyed by that character. I'm like, oh great, another fucking DEI choice here, fucking gender fluid person. No, she's an actual, like, female playing a female, and bit dykish, but I don't care about that as long as you don't act like a fucking piece of shit about it. And
I just found her so unbelievable.
Well, the reason why I went and I looked up those 2 females for you is so they can make it. As long as they pass those physicals, and as long as they do what's expected of them and work as a fucking unit, work as a team, know how to work within a team unit, do what they're supposed to be expected to do, anybody can pass. Anybody can pass. Because it's more psychological than it is just physical.
Yes.
There is the physical aspect. There's no doubt of it. But the fact is, a majority of fucking training like this is psychological with the lack of sleep. Sleep deprivation is part of the training process.
Yep. And the physical part of it, you've been training physically in the military for a while before you do this.
You should have. Yeah. Like, doing a fucking run shouldn't, like, have you going, because, like, just to graduate basic, you had to run 2 miles in under. With my age, I had to do it in under 12 minutes, 13 minutes.
Yeah,
something
it's
like
not that bad. Yeah, I think mine
Yeah, I
was
mean, about
11 minutes when,
15
and
minutes or
I was 18 when I did it. So,
military academy. Okay. About 10% from OCS and the rest from ROTC. Yeah, I remember in boot, like during basic, one of my best friends, Julio, like says, "Yeah, man, I can teach you guys some DNC, man. I learned that in ROTC." I said, "You're ROTC," and he goes, "Yeah, this is the last time you ever mention that.
right.
Don't ever let the senior cadre know you're a ROTC." Then he did, and they fucking made him look so stupid for like a week.
Well, some of us couldn't hide it. I went in as a PFC, so there's only one way you do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
college gets you right.
yeah, that's true. College
right
can
up
get
to-
you some, but when you're 18, nah, you haven't been to college yet.
Yeah, I carried the M16A2, and it was my preferred weapon. Though later we got the A3, and I can't remember which one had it, but I remember seeing a selector switch that had the 3-shot burst on it while I was in.
They didn't
And
have
I'm
it when I
like-
was in, bud. They didn't have it when I was
But
in.
I really despise the selector switches because clearly this was managed and decided upon by liberals who don't know shit about guns. Because it's not semi and auto. It's auto and then full auto.
Full. It just is full. Yeah.
It's an automatic weapon.
Mhm.
Some of them don't. I'm serious, dude.
Yeah, I
I've
know.
seen it work
It's-
with the semi on it. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's an automatic rifle, not because it fires full automatic. It fires automatically because of the gas port. It auto ejects the round and auto loads the next round. That's why it's called an automatic. It's not the rate
Yes.
of fire. It's like dumb fucking people annoy
Yeah.
the shit out of me with that. One of my buddies in basic was issued XM16E1. What the fuck was that?
Let's look at this puppy.
I know the X means experimental. What is that? Let me take a look at this. I'm wondering, is that the one with the detachable grip iron, raised iron sight? I am not finding a good picture of this thing.
I'm not either. Everything I'm seeing looks like the one I carried in 1983.
Colt Model 603 was an experimental variant of the M16 rifle adopted by the U.S. military in '64. Oh, that's the early. Gotcha. That's the one without a gas port or without the forward assist.
Okay.
In fact, the first M16s didn't have the forward assist. And it eventually got designed into it, which is why it got the A after it for the next variation.
All I know is you better keep that thing clean.
And your
'cause it will
weapon.
jam. Better keep it clean. Unlike the AK that you can drop in freaking cement, pick it up and fire, and it will go to town.
Fort Dix was the primary training station for females in the Army, and we always referred to it as Fort Dixneyland. It got shut down, and now it's being used by a film studio, if I recall correctly.
Wow. New Jersey.
Yeah, this is fucked up. Like, I would have had everybody standing up against that fucking wall. Become one with that fucking rock wall.
Right.
Yeah.
And 1 foot is sticking out.
Number
And
50.
I mean, why? They know how this thing works at this point. So yeah, just
no.
go flat against that wall. They won't be able to find you.
The wall is your friend.
In that case, yes. Man, when the
My
black
BC
dude
bear.
drops down, I felt that. That was hard to watch.
Oh, it's a minimum. That part where you were barracks was now it's minimum security prison. Whack. That's whack.
Wow.
Yeah, the one thing they say about Fort Benning is like, man, those fucking little mountain, big hills. Fuck.
Dude, yeah. So, you know, they think that those of us that served in the South in the military didn't see mountains or anything like that. I got news for you. Fort McClellan, Alabama is the northern part of Alabama, and it's got some mountains. And I had to hike those suckers, and it was crazy. Yeah.
My late ex-wife graduated from Fort Dix.
That's a scary proposition. No, I'm just kidding. Dix, New Jersey. Wow. Mhm.
We always joked. Buddy of mine graduated from Fort Dix, and I teased him. I said, "Well, proof again, nothing good comes out of New Jersey."
Yeah, that's mean.
It's funny you mentioned your buddy that was the whitest black guy you ever met.
He wasn't my buddy. I did not like that guy.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I forgot the story.
Keith, I love.
But the guy I went to high school with, he served in. I know he lives near Memphis now, in Tennessee. I'm not sure what fort he served at, but he spent a lot of time in South America. He was, what's the name of their parachute team? Is it the Golden Eagles? Is that their name? The Army parachute team, or the Golden Knights, maybe?
I don't remember.
But he was one of them. He was a paratrooper, and he spent a lot of time in South America. But this guy, the biggest redneck black guy I've ever met. Deer hunts, all that stuff. You talk to him, you think you're talking to a cracker. It's ridiculous, man. How country
I grew up in Virginia. I met a lot of black rednecks.
Black rednecks, man, they exist, dude.
They do exist. So I will tell you, by the way, about this movie. Because of the positive reception the film got, Ritchson admitted that he was very interested in reprising the role for future installments. The actor stated that there is currently tons of story material in place for a follow-up movie or movies, while referring to a sequel as War Machines. While writer-director Patrick Hughes in the joint interview confirmed that he has a larger story arc for sequels should they ever be greenlit. In another interview, Hughes stated that while the first film was created standalone, he intends that the movie's ending could create a franchise, which you can tell by the end of this.
Yeah.
The only thing missing at the end of this movie was the James Horner soundtrack from Predator.
Wow.
Because this movie should have had like an outro like that.
Yeah.
And I loved, by the way, with the Predator theme, I loved how he had the clicking sound within the music.
Yeah.
It's not the alien clicking, it's done with an instrument. It's drums, you're actually rim shotting to create that, but it still sounds fucking cool. And I also told Anima what you'll spot, because I showed her some Ranger cadets, what they look like. I said, they're all young. The most muscular looking guys still don't look that muscular.
No.
Because they're athletic builds. These are guys that are athletically built. They're not built to look like Alan Richardson. BC, baby, all the way. Ain't getting laid.
Hell yeah. Hell
Those
yeah.
of you who don't know, BC glasses means birth control glasses, because you're guaranteed not to get laid if you're wearing them.
That's a fact. Wore them for half my life.
There's your answer.
At this point, about a quarter. Golden Knights. Thank you. Yeah. I figured it might be Knights because that's the Army mascot, I guess you'd say. They're the Black Knights, I think, at West Point. The football team is. Golden Knights is the parachute team. Yeah. They're very good at what they do, too. Yeah, Alpha, you might have met him in your travels. His name was Odell. I'm not going to say his last name, but yeah, he
It's a
served
pretty
from
unique first name. So I
right.
don't think-
That,
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, that's his first
and
name?
he's a third. Yeah, he's a third, just like me. Went to high school with him. He's one of my best friends. We all went in ROTC together and stuff. And I'll never forget the day he retired and came to visit me because I had only done 3 years in regular Army and then 3 years in National Guard. He had done 20. He showed up when he was 38 years old with a brand new Jeep. He said, "Joe, guess what I do now?" I said, "What's that?" He goes, "Same thing I did in the military. I train troops, but now I sign a 6-month contract, make 3 times as much money as I was making before, and I get to take a vacation for a month and get paid for it while I decide if I want to sign another 6-month contract." I was like, "You sorry bastard."
So in our group, what were the films that somebody asked, like in our group, Anima, about, like, if you were to pick which one of these is the best one, and then somebody mentions the actual film that should have been mentioned, it wasn't in the group,
Mac.
which was
Keith asked the question and Mac added the actual best movie.
yeah, the best movie is the Tom Cruise movie, Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that film was
The
great.
best military sci-fi film. Was it L.A. Battle L.A.? Was it this movie, or was it
Hold on,
the
I'm
Tomorrow
on it.
War? It was the Tomorrow War. Was all 3 of them, and then Mac added the one, and I'm like, there you go. That's the best one. Is I
I'd agree
fucking
with
love
that.
Tomorrow.
I would definitely
Edge of
agree with
Tomorrow's
that.
a
Yeah.
military action war sci-fi war film. I fucking love that movie. And I'm so excited now with this merger coming that Tom Cruise was already talking about doing the sequel, finally getting it pushed forward. Oh, this guy, I didn't like the way they showed him die, because they should have had him the way so many guys that know they're about to fucking die, they fucking do their job.
Mhm.
They don't freak out. They don't make faces. They just look, they go, well, this is it. And then they do one last thing.
Yep.
Before they get smoked. By the way, hi, Davey Dredd.
But yeah, that's the movie that told me, you know what? I need to stop not going to see Tom Cruise movies in the theater, because I didn't go see The Edge of Tomorrow in the theater, and I just kicked myself in the ass when I saw it on television. I was like,
It
son
was
of a
something
bitch.
else.
Should have gone. Damn it.
It was something else on the big screen. Look, I have gone to see every major Tom Cruise film over the last 25 years in the theater. Actually,
Mhm.
Since Mission Impossible.
Mhm.
Every single one of them in the theater. The only film I've never watched of his from beginning to end is the racing one that he did back in the 80s with Robert
Oh,
Duvall.
but it's
Even
so
being a
good. I'm
Robert
not even
Duvall
a
fan.
racing fan, but Days of Thunder is really a good movie, dude. Yeah.
I know. I heard about it.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware of the movie. I
Yep.
just never seen it.
You-
There was
you
a guy in
treat
my
yourself
infantry
someday.
officer basic course, built like Ritchson. His name was Carl Goring. If you've got the last name Goring, you're gonna have to be fucking tough. Looked like he would have been on a poster in Germany of 42. Exactly. With that name, you got to be tough. And I find it funny that he spelled it with a K. Carl.
Coral.
Yeah, that's the German spelling.
Yep. You know, I've got a friend named Karl Marx, but his parents weren't stupid enough to spell it with a K. They spelled it with a C. And we're still friends. He's one of my old roommates too. And back when I was in college.
You know, that guy got a lot of shit for his name.
Our co-roommate won't talk to me anymore.
Wow.
Because I shit on the prequel trilogy so much.
Oh, well.
And he
How
couldn't take
dare
it.
you?
You mean the prequel trilogy that now looks like genius compared to what Disney did? Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, he got a little bent out of shape over it because I was nailing why I had a problem with it. Everything I had a problem with this terrible dialogue, the whole trying to do the sciency thing with the Force, bringing up metachlorians.
Yeah. Boy,
Like,
did he screw up doing that.
I said, so now you don't have to sense the Force in someone to know it's strong. You just take a reading of their metachlorian count. I'm like,
You just use your tricorder. Oh, I forgot. This isn't Star Trek. This is Star Wars.
yeah, he's strong with the Force according to my readings here.
What the hell?
Oh, this guy annoys the shit out of me too. This fucking pansy ass cocksucker. The character, not the actor. I don't know anything about the actor.
Who are you talking about? 15?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
he's
guy
an
annoyed the
asshole.
shit.
So is this the deliverance scene of this movie? Yeah. They're going down
Yeah, but nobody squealed.
Nobody squealing like a pig? Okay. Gotcha. Squeal.
I will not leave my post unless properly relieved. And the guy that's supposed to be watching that fucking compass fucking left his post.
Great.
Well, because
Without
they
being
needed
properly
help.
relieved.
Yeah, they needed to tense the line.
He had
Yeah.
a job. He had a job. He had a job. They gave him one fucking thing to do.
One fucking job. What
Should
do
he
you
have let them die? I get why he did that.
You absolutely get permission before you fucking leave your post.
Well, yeah.
There's Theo was on the other side of the river.
It's part of your general orders, isn't it? It's the first one.
The Christian orders, I will not leave my post unless properly relieved.
Unless properly relieved. Yeah. I mean, come on.
One fucking rule.
One fucking rule. We all follow it. What the hell?
One fucking job. Let me tell you, when Julio and I got stuck guarding an empty cow pasture, there was nothing there. Nothing.
You and Julio were not down by the schoolyard? You're in the cow
We
pasture?
were down by the cow yard. And funny anecdotal thing is, so we started talking about our girlfriends and got into some details. And he says, well, I got to take a whiz. And he was gone for like 15 fucking minutes. And I yelled, do I need to come get you? Finally came back. He says, I'm sorry, man. I had to rub one out. Got horny thinking about my girlfriend.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
And
Don't
I
admit
remember
that.
I'm like, that's like doing it while I'm in the room with you.
Right? What the
not
hell?
cool,
I don't need that
because
information.
you didn't go that fucking far away from me. You did not go far enough away from me to be considered in a whole different room, to be jerking off out here. He's like, shut up, man.
Shut up, man.
That's also the night that we took that oath with each other. He says, yo, man, if I ever run, if something happens, if we go to war, man, I go to run, man, you shoot me in the back and you drag me back there. Don't you let me die a coward. I went, of course, man. You're my bro. I said, and if I do, and he goes, oh, yeah, I will shoot you. And I'm like, I didn't finish my sentence yet. He goes, well, I knew you were doing. I'm like going, no, you jumped at that a little too quickly, and I don't like that. You want to kill me?
All right. What the hell is going on here?
I will guard everything within my limits of my post, and I will only quit my post when properly relieved.
That's it.
Go. Yeah, it's a vehicle you really see a lot with the UN overseas. It's a 6-wheel all-terrain vehicle.
Yeah, it's got like a pointed nose. I didn't see what you're picturing there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing here is his best weapon that he used in this is a goddamn bulldozer.
Wow. A bulldozer. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that scene was pretty crazy.
He beats that fucking thing with holding it in place and knocking all that fucking gravel into the fucking vent system.
Thermodynamics, motherfucker.
And it's almost like Independence Day in the fact that it's because somebody said something about something that they did at the beginning about like, would your brother do put some more, whatever that shit was called, he put in to the gas tank to, keep it from leaking, fucking sealed fix or some shit like that. That's how when they say it, something about it, and he says it's what it is, and then he goes, "Oh my God, I'm inspired." Right back to Independence Day with the virus, kind of cold. War of the Worlds with fucking bacteria. There's a Goeringstrasse in Windhoek until around 2002, named for Herman's father, who was a prominent colonel. Or as some people like to say, colonel.
Colonel?
No, he says colonial official, not colonel.
Oh, okay. Holy shit, 81 made a joke. And I remember when he put the fist out, and I'm like, nobody would fucking fist bump over that. Nobody. No. It's not worth the fist bump. It's like, that was one of those really kind of gay moments, and like, no, nobody would fist bump over that. This is the scene where almost everybody gets smoked. Female gets smoked. The one dude carrying the fucking 50 cal ammo. Fucking last thing, like I said, last thing he fucking does, goes forward, throws him, and gets, I think he gets blown in half or gets a big hole put in the middle of him.
Blown in half, I think. The guy with the hole in him is 11 with the radio.
Oh,
he gets shot through the radio. And I didn't understand what the point was to go back and get the radio when it didn't work anyway. That was like, why take that risk?
Yeah, another thing I had a problem with is I would have lost gear out of my ruck before I fucking left my weapon.
Yeah, well, like I said yesterday, the weapons aren't going to help them against that thing.
Fucking military, baby. You don't know that for everything, because we don't know if there are things inside that could be shot. So now you've left your fucking weapons. Like, no, nobody would fucking do it. Nobody would fucking do that.
Nope.
Bismarckstrasse. Okay. That always makes me think of the sex position or the sex act called doing a Bismarck, which is where you
I'm scared.
As you're about to release, you release into her eye and then punch the same eye.
What the fuck?
It's called giving a girl a Bismarck.
Oh my God. The fact that you know that, Gary.
Right?
Look, that may be the scariest thing of all.
I'm so
I didn't go to
scared
school
sometimes.
for it, man.
I'm so
I didn't go to
scared
school
sometimes.
for it, man. This is just shit you hear over the years. I've got some fucked up friends, man.
I mean, the talk that you had with Mac last night. I opened the chat and I see.
Well, first of all, Mac was one of those friends.
Well, I know,
We used to joke
but
about sex positions.
I opened that group thing, and the first thing I see is Mac saying, "Whatever you did, Gary, it worked. I'm in now." And I'm like, phrasing. What did I step into at 4 a.m.?
I will tell you, the visual effects in it are really good. My only problem with it is some of the green screen sucked.
They do, yeah. But I had fun watching it.
I still wasn't totally sure who they found the body of there when they first showed up at the destroyed forward observation base. It's like I don't. They looked at it like somebody we were supposed to know, and I don't know who the fuck that was. I at first thought it was S.A. Morales' character, Torres, but it wasn't because Torres survives all the way to the end.
They just
As
say
does
sergeant, so
Sheridan.
I don't think we need a name. It's just one of the people involved with what they were doing.
And I could swear I thought I heard him say Sarge once in this movie. And I'm like, I need to go back and see if that's what he said. He's like, you don't fucking say that in the military.
No.
But all in all, you had fun with this movie? Because I was thinking about
It's a
watching
fun
it.
movie.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie. But
And I like
you got
Ritchson.
to pull your military out and set it aside if you want to really enjoy it.
Right.
I had problems.
Which is
View it
okay.
more like a
It's a movie.
action movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I don't mind the PTSD scenes where he gets these flashbacks.
Oh, that's pretty believable. I mean, that's the day he lost his brother.
There, here's the shot. Worst fucking green screen in the film.
Really?
None of that looked real. What did he look like? Go find him. Oh, yeah, he is in it.
Yeah, he is. I remember seeing
I
that
just-
name.
I remember seeing the face. Hmm. In some of the films that he's made, he made the movie Red Hill, The Expendables 3, The Hitman's Bodyguard, and then to the lesser degree, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which I did not like. And then this film.
That sounds like a stupid sequel. The Wife's Bodyguard.
A lot of people liked it. I just didn't. First film, great though. Yeah, everybody but 5 is dead now. And him.
7.
81 and 5. Or is it 7? 7.
It's 7, the black dude. You can't kill the black guy.
Damn it. Don't even go there. Don't even think about going there.
I was glad he made it because I liked the character.
He's the only character that actually knows something because he knew his brother.
Yep. Oh, speaking of the black dude, another thing that didn't make sense was when he's about to set his leg and asks who has morphine, and the vials are shattered from the fall. Like, shouldn't that be very durable plastic so they don't break when things get rough? These are combat soldiers, for fuck's sake. Don't put glass on them. That was weird.
They would not give you glass. They're plastic ampules. I mean, injectors that
and
you
wouldn't break.
Put into your thigh and push down on the plunger, which is actually
so you can die high. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's what that was what we were always led to believe.
Morphine chloride. No, you're not going to die. The only way you can die from that is if your wounds are so severe that the slowing down of your heartbeat will kill you.
Gotcha.
No, I think what Joe meant is when you're about to die, they give you a high, so you don't go out in terrible pain. But that black dude has an open fracture, so that's gonna hurt setting that. And he does pass out for a while.
No, I had it confused. You're talking about morphine. I'm sorry. I was thinking atropine injectors. That's what I was thinking. It's stuff it's NBC stuff, nuclear, biological, chemical stuff. You use it to counter the effects of nerve agents and shit like that.
You take the first one to counteract that, and then you take a second injection to keep you from dying from the first injection because it will kill you.
Yes.
That's so brutal.
Hey, it's a brutal environment we work in. Let me tell you, one thing, military policemen that were in about the same time as me know way too much about nuclear, biological, and chemical because we trained on the same post with those guys. And in my experience, I served on Johnson Island with them, and I was outnumbered by those guys 4-1. They were always working downrange, and we were the talk access for the bunkers where they kept all those mustard gas and nerve agents and blister agents and shit. Yeah. The weapons of war are not kind. They aren't. And some of the shit that I don't think we ever used chemical weapons. Did we, Gary? I know the Germans did during World War One. I know they used mustard gas a lot.
We didn't want to do that shit because it was not cool.
No.
And so we ended up taking it to The Hague and making it to where it was a war crime to use them. And when we went into World War II, the Germans were so afraid that we were going to use the same mustard gas on them that their first uniforms that were issued had those little canisters on the back, the German uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
And we've always been, trying to use that shit. And but I remember telling my guys, like, look, if we get sent over, those pro masks aren't going to help you. The shit we're going to get hit with will be corrosive.
Yeah. But it's not pretty at all. Mustard gas, it attacks your nervous system. You can't see, you can't breathe.
Kills your lungs.
Yep, it's. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Legends of the Fall, but they got a pretty horrific scene where a guy gets hit with it and he can't see, and he's wrapped up in Constantine or barbed wire, whatever it is, and
Oh God.
it's ugly. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, man. Good Lord. Learned way too much about that shit when I was on Johnson Island. A friend of mine got a drop of blister agent on his forearm working in one of those things to check for leaks and stuff. And I can't remember why he had his sleeve up. Can't imagine why he would have. But it caused a blister at the size of his forearm. And there was a drop of it. I mean,
Wow.
That was one of the funny things about the movie The Rock. They couldn't make their mind up. You know, was this a neurotoxin or is this a corrosive? Make up your fucking mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All major belligerent, including the U.S., used chemical weapons in World War I.
Did we?
Yep.
Okay.
I guess we did. All I know is
Nasty.
that we didn't want to deal with that shit with World War II. And when World War II came about, and there was a lot of fear by the Germans that the retaliation for having used mustard gas was huge, which is why they handed out those canisters in World War II.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't believe I had a kid after I left Johnson Island. So I woke up.
Yeah, I just looked it up. We did not use it in World War I. We did establish a chemical warfare service in 1918 and produced approximately 2,500 tons of chemical agents, including phosgene, mustard gas, and
I
Lewis.
guarded it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We made plenty of it. Yeah.
These stockpiles were never deployed onto the battlefield.
Nope.
So I'm glad to say that we did not partake in that shit. But
it was all sent
American
to an island in the middle of the ocean.
Relied on Allied supplied chemical weapons and delivery systems such as French and British artillery shells for any chemical operations. The U.S. focused primarily on defensive measures, developing gas masks, and training personnel to protect against enemy gas attacks. And the first major German chemical shell barrage hitting U.S. troops in September of 1918.
Once again, would not wish it on my worst enemy. It's just, oof. That would be a nasty.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. It will fucking kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the second injector is for. I know it's super hard to tell what the fuck is going on right now. These images.
Yeah, right.
That
Must be water.
filter.
Gotta be water or smoke. One of the two going on there.
Man, I'm just sitting here watching a bunch of mud.
I mean, you can't tell what's going on, but it does look cool. Some of these stills.
Oh, the patterns and shit, yeah.
Mephisto is here in the chat.
Yay!
Hey, Meph.
Hi, Meph. What's up, buddy?
I wish you could join us for Mondays.
Alan Ritchson. kind of a crazy person, but
Yeah,
plays
but the
a pretty
thing
good
with
beast.
the
Plays a
thing
pretty
with
good
the
beast.
neighbor started it.
Yeah, he did.
Pushed him
No,
off his
he didn't.
bike in front of his
No, no, no,
kids.
no, 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 no. The neighbor didn't start it. The neighbor asked for it.
Yes, there you go. He asked to be pummeled.
And to be honest, what one would have expected from Richard to fight better.
He didn't want to
Yeah, I
hurt the
kind of.
guy.
Yeah, I was like, what's he doing, man? It looks like a schoolyard fight. It didn't look like a real fight. All right, this is for you, Mephisto, just for you. Happy Monday to Mephisto.
Man, is there anything more common in these times than a rural Jew?
Ah!
That was on like last week's episode of Family Guy, and I'm like, what the fuck? I've got to steal that. I'm going to put that on the show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly, dude.
Yeah, that's basically what you're spraying when you spray Raid. You're spraying nerve agent on a friggin' bug. That's why it does the dying cockroach. That's what we used to call it. Losing control of your appendages and everything. Spasming.
My wife wants to be a rural Jew.
I'm a city slicker, though. Yay! Nice.
So after surviving, he makes it with him and he stops on the 75th Rangers paint thing on the ground, the emblem.
The finish line.
What was the thing on his arm? Never fucking quit. Was that it?
Don't fucking quit.
Don't fucking quit. I'm curious, was the movie City Slickers based on you?
Right.
I like that he didn't carry Seven over the finish line. He put him on there, so they crossed it together.
And and the funny part was, well, we're gonna give you the tab, but really, you didn't finish. You were carried the whole way. Didn't actually finish. If you were left to your own devices, you'd be dead.
Yeah, but now
Leave no one behind.
if you think about it,
Leave no one's behind.
Statistically speaking, number 7 is liable to not get an injury again in his whole life. He received all of them in one day.
Right here. Yeah. Maximum effort.
There's my quote for the day in the chat.
Had to go back door.
Yeah, he is addicted to the back door, isn't he?
Yep.
I'm
I don't see
addicted
the
to
appeal to it.
love.
That was gay.
Yeah, this is Dennis Quaid's. We're celebrating Dennis Quaid's birthday this week, and this movie, because he plays Sheridan in this, I thought this would be better because we've already done his Serbian film called Savior, which is a really good fucking war film.
Yeah,
it's fucking so intense.
it is.
Not to mention he's in G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And
He's
I
the
thought
leader
about
of the
doing
Joe
that
Project. It's very cool. Yeah.
And the reason I selected this one is solely because I know that Anima wanted to watch this movie, and it gave us a chance to watch and talk about the movie because he's not the main character in it.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Well,
Way to
yeah,
go,
we've
Jerry.
been wanting to
Efficiency.
watch this for
I
a
like
while now, and we never had time. So turning it into a show guarantees that we get to watch it.
By the way, I really love that he recently in an interview said, I really miss my brother, Randy. And I hope they can reconnect because I know there's separation over him fleeing the United States to get away from people trying to kill him. And look, I've heard some crazy shit out of Hollywood with these people. All right. Okay. Look, man, I got to tell you, my beef with this scene, nobody should be without headgear on in this shot. Nobody. Every single person. Doors are open. This is a huge fucking bay, and you're getting ready to go right out those fucking doors. So everybody should have headgear on. Where's Reach Around's headgear? Hanging off of his fucking cargo pants down to his left
so
side.
Stupid.
On top of that, you get some guy behind him. Now I'm thinking maybe he's a helicopter pilot and he's not putting his helmet on. He probably has a gimme on that one. But everybody else has headgear on in this scene, and it just annoyed me.
I have a question about that. I got the impression that he wasn't supposed to go out with that unit. That was a thing of a spur of the moment thing.
It doesn't matter.
However, okay, that's my question. That is my question. Even if you're not going to be deployed, if you are there in the meeting, you have to be wearing the headgear.
You're in the military.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're outside without cover. Yes.
There's so many rules to headgear, like headgear indoors. Like, when does that happen? It does happen.
Yes, it does.
It depends on what you're wearing. If you have your pistol belt on and you are armed, you better have your fucking headgear on.
Yep.
Indoors.
I always wore mine indoors.
Disagree.
He's not meant to be deployed with them. He's just there to give a speech because they asked him to do that. But he should still wear it. That was stupid.
Wait a minute. Thanks for the films, Dennis. Please get your son to stop acting.
I disagree.
I don't agree either. I like the kid. I don't like him everything he's in, but I like it. I didn't like that movie where he can't be injured or he doesn't feel pain. That one. I didn't like that.
Oh God.
I liked him in The Boys.
Novocaine.
Novocaine, yeah. No, not a Serbian film. No. I made the mistake of watching that fucking movie once. And I took it back to the video store and I said, you should burn this. No one should watch this fucking movie ever.
Wow. That's an endorsement.
That's so bad. It's that bad. And I went, no. The guy fucks a fake baby, but it's supposed to be a real baby in the movie. No. That's not fucking cool. No. So anyway, another problem with this scene, he does his little speech here, ends his speech, and suddenly everybody gets up and starts running out to the helicopters. Nobody gave a command.
Yeah, that was goofy.
Like, what the fuck? Like, they just suddenly all knew when he's finished talking, we go. Like, what? No. You need to be given a command to move. Move out. Yeah, that's exactly it, Alpha, because we went over this with the movie, the Marine movie with Lon Chaney Sr. That if you're wearing,
tell it to the Marines,
weapon,
yeah,
tell it to the Marines. You're wearing your weapon, you wear your headgear indoors.
Yes, sir. As a military policeman, I can tell you that is true. Always had my 45 on my hip and my cover on my head when I was on duty doing law enforcement. Yup.
Yes. Gary's Werner Hozag review. You must never watch it. It will kill you. You will die from ennui. For those of you who don't know what ennui means, it means boredom. The French word for boredom. I learned that because I had the Edward Gorey alphabet story drawn by Charles Adams. And it's creepy, but it's awesome. Mephisto, I ain't gonna touch it with a 10-foot pole. That's what she said. Hey, it's Martin's favorite title, War Machine.
War Machine. Not to be confused with Mexican Iron Man. Not to be confused.
Only you spell a word with a CH and pronounce it like an SH. I can get around that.
We get some weird ones though, with the CH in it. Names even, like Gresh, and shit like that. The weird fucking names that have a CH and it's soft. It's weird.
Maybe they are words adopted from French language. I'm not joking. I'm just curiosity. It's a possibility.
Yeah, could be.
Well, I do like in the an episode of The Night Stalker where Kolchak is in there, and he pronounced it Kolchak.
Yeah,
but it's everybody else like me, I pronounce it Kolchak.
yeah.
Anyway, so Kolchak is in there, and he's asking his cop a question, and before the cop answers him, this captain tells him, "Take your hat off." And he wouldn't answer the question until he took his hat off. And he does that to him twice. He reminds me again, take your hat off. Because you're indoors. Take your fucking hat off. I like that in that episode. You remember that, Anima?
I'm trying.
It's that actor that had been on the original Star Trek series that plays the captain, and he's like fucking annoyed at Kolchak wearing his hat indoors during a press briefing.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, the sequel to this will be War Machete. And then to do the next film, they got to get what's his name, the fat comedian that likes to take his shirts off when he's doing comedy, like he called The Machine.
Pressure.
They should have him in the next film. I'm the Machine.
I would be surprised if they didn't make a sequel, because they left it open.
You're muted, Joe.
Thank you very much. Alpha, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, as an MP, he was armed. Yeah, it's a good way to get smoked by your senior cadre or officer if you get caught wearing your headgear indoors unarmed, or if you are outdoors and don't have your fucking headgear.
And don't have your cover on. Yeah, that one happens more often. Yeah.
Yeah, guys get stupid, not paying attention. And I do Anima. I've introduced Anima to this guy. He's a Army officer, just retired after 20 some years. And he is some of the funniest fucking videos I've ever seen about being in the military.
Really?
Where he's like talking about, so I'm going to meet the best friends of my life in the Army. He goes, oh yeah, like we're going to really love each other. Oh, you're going to love each other. So you're always going to be there for each other and never be mean. He goes, oh no, they're going to talk shit to you. They will talk shit to you more than anyone on this planet ever does. I don't understand. I thought you said they love me. Oh, they will lay their life down for you. So they love me. Yes, but they will be totally awful to you you know, but
Yeah.
you said they love me. They will do it out of love. It is their love
My
for you
favorite
that makes them be mean to you.
My favorite video is where he calls the audience to come to his house and make him do useless shit after he drops out of the army because he's going
Yeah,
to
once
miss
he
it
left
so
the
much.
army, he did. I don't know what to do. Just show up at my house and start telling me I'm late or something. And he also gave you a really good list of things to say to people who are prior service. And one of them is, isn't there a place you're supposed to be right now?
Oh
That
man,
can really stress out veterans. That is a
dude,
great way
that'll
to
stop
stress
us
out
in our
veterans.
tracks. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Like, wait, what? What?
What? What does this guy know that I don't know? What have I forgotten? Yeah. You're right. That's a good one.
There's another one I'm trying to remember right now that he said that cracked me up. It had to do with a kit that you're supposed to have. Was it C kit or like where's your C kit or something like that? And it's something that they didn't have when I was in. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. But he says, yeah, you will stress somebody out if you do that to them, a veteran. Like especially if they just got out of the military, you ask them where their something kit is, they will they'll stop what they're doing. Like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
3 movies I would never watch. I'm not into gore porn. I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Mustard gas, known as the king of the battle gases, is a blistering agent that caused severe, slow healing chemical burns on the skin and lungs. Yep.
Man, you know
It was
what?
corrosive.
The NBC guys are known as the Wizard of the Battlefield. Did you know that? I actually had,
No.
I had to. I don't know if I told you or not, but I actually drew for the military and at one point on Fort Hood because there was an IG inspection, and I had my huge Christopher Reeve portrait that I drew, him flying at you as Superman, and I had it was in pencil, but there was a big blast around and that was in different colors like orange and reds and stuff, and I did the Superman logo underneath him in the red and blue, right? And the IG saw it when he came through for an inspection. He goes, "There's your draftsman," because apparently our battalion had just lost our draftsman and we didn't have a new one yet. And so for the last 4 months I was on Fort Hood, I wasn't doing police work anymore. I was sitting at a drawing table, just like the one behind me, drawing stuff. And one of the things I drew was a bunch of visuals for an NBC pamphlet that was going out. And I'll show you those one of these days. I'll pull them up so you can see them. But yeah, they're known as the Wizard of the Battlefield, the NBC, nuclear, biological, and chemical.
Let's see.
I guess because they can kill you without firing a shot. You know what I mean?
I don't agree with that statement. I think the Serbian film wins hands down because of the baby scene. It's just fucked up. That's
no,
just fucked
really?
Up.
Oh,
yeah.
Rhonda always said she would never watch The Walking Dead again if she saw a zombie baby. She would never watch it, and they never did. They never pulled that card.
Yeah, I was really disturbed watching that. And I'm like, I was done. I'm like, I was out. I'm like, yeah, that's a bridge too far for me with gore. No, thank you. That goes way beyond the pale. No, nobody should include that in a movie. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We got Gimp. Oh, it's fun when we did the show the other day. Anima had to do the outros.
Yeah, because Gary got kicked.
Oh boy.
Hey, I can read a couple of names that I typed into the chat to begin with.
Great. That's great. At least you did it. You know.
Yeah, but he wanted to make me do the mirror thing. And that's his. I'm not doing that.
I did. No, she did. She did it. She did it with the mirror, and it was fun.
Well, you put it up there, but I didn't do the whole text whatever you are saying when you do it, because I don't know that thing to begin with. So
But it's not in this studio anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. Gambit, Snorty, James Jameson, 11 Alpha, Penny, Connie Cleary, Davy Dredd, Meth, Shinatsky. Man, there's so much comments. I'm surprised that there was that few people. That's it. Small show today. Yeah,
They had a lot to say about this one.
I was expecting more people, to be honest, because it's such a new film.
Maybe it's the Alan Ritchson effect.
I don't know. All I know is that, as far as I'm concerned, it's not like I love the film. I liked it. It was okay. But I just, I like the
word of mouth is not good for this one, Gary. It's not,
because he's a good actor, and I wish he had been in more of the film.
Yep. But word
Did
of
you
mouth.
hear who I said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who was I talking about?
Dennis Quaid, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You were talking over me. So you
didn't mean to, bro.
Kind
of hard to tell your cues.
I'm teasing you. Now there's a delay here, but it's Jai Courtney.
Oh, okay.
Jai Courtney was just in the opening scene, and you get to see him for fleeting glimpses of the memory.
He is good, man. I like that guy. I like him a lot.
He was one of the best parts of the movie Suicide Squad, and they kill him.
Captain Boomerang, man. Come on. He's great.
Captain Boomerang.
You know what's funny? The Reacher connection. I love him in Jack Reacher, the Cruise movie. I love him in that flick. He's awesome in that flick. I'm
trying to remember him in that.
Yeah, he's the killer. He's the you got the bad guy with the missing fingers. That's the Russian, right? But he's his hitman. He's the guy that handles everything for him. Jai Courtney is. He's the one that has the fist fight with Cruz in the rain at the end of it, where he just breaks him down, busts his knee, breaks his arm, crushes his head with his boot. He's the one that tells. He's the one he tells on the phone. I want to beat you to death and drink your blood from a boot. That's Jai Courtney. He's the one that he keeps hanging up on in the bar when he's trying to.
Oh, I remember that over the payphone.
Right.
He's hanging up on him, and he goes, fucking hung up on me again. That is him.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Jai Courtney. I mean, he's part of the movie that killed the Die Hard franchise. He plays Bruce's son in
Live Free or Die Hard.
I liked Live Free or Die Hard. I like that one. I thought that was cool.
Well, it's the one that takes place in Russia. I remember that.
Right. That's the one after it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the last one they made.
That's the one with Jai. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because he's in the CIA now or some shit like that. And he's on a mission with his dad. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Something like that. I've only seen it once.
He's in one of the second worst Genesis Terminator films, Terminator Genesis.
See, I didn't even know he was in it because I turned that off after 20 minutes. I just thought it was so dumb that I'm sorry, I couldn't watch Genesis. And I never watched Dark Fate.
Oh my God.
As far as I'm concerned, there's only 3 Terminator movies. Okay. So
he was
actually 4. I like Salvation.
Wet
I do
Hot
like that.
American Summer 10 years later. I don't remember him in that.
I haven't seen that one.
It was the miniseries.
Okay.
Who was he in that? Well, he's not on the first page. He played a character named Garth in it. That was actually I liked the original movie, and I liked the miniseries. It was fine, but it was a one and done. Don't need any more. It was funny the first time.
Right. The two guys
Yeah,
I
don't
always
forget,
thought,
it's spelled with a Y. Not a. It's,
Matt Smith. Okay, gotcha.
no, Genesis.
Oh, Genesis. I don't care how that's spelled. That movie sucked.
It's Genesis, like system.
There are two guys that I thought would have bigger careers by now, and that's Jai Courtney and Sam Worthington. I really thought that they were going places, you know?
Both of them are sort of like the what do you call it? The dime store version of Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
Mike Cannon
right.
is the first three movies in Terminator, Sarah Connor Chronicles. Yep, I agree. That's mine too. I love the series.
I like Salvation. I thought that had some good stuff in it.
It's Alan is no piker when it comes to the acting that he has. He does his job.
Yeah. He's supposed to be a beast, and he does that well.
Yep, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then people think that you don't know what you're talking about because you don't know how to misspell the word correctly. Yeah, I said that. Misspell it correctly. But when it comes to where do you...
But I like Salvation. I thought that was cool. I always wanted to see the war in the future. They only give us little snippets of it here and there, you know?
That was a disappointing film. So anyway, I said thank you to everybody. We're going to get out of here. And everybody have a good day. We'll be back in 3 hours to do Here Comes, or Bring On the Boom, or Here Comes the Boom. Here Comes the Boom. So.
I would do that with you, but I'll be busy with that 70s rock fan about that time. So.
All right, buddy. All right, we're out of here, guys. Everybody have a good rest until 3 hours, and see you then.
Be good, boys and girls.
See you later.
Bye.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Matt Damon.